What I absolutely love about this season of Attack on Titan is just seeing the fan reaction of people who didn't read the manga and just waited for the anime to come back, and seeing just the hype surrounding people being like, I didn't see this coming, did you see this like freaky ass Titan? Everyone has their own different reactions of what stood out in these episodes, and I absolutely love the diversity in what people are thinking. For me, I just thought this was a like absolutely horrifying episode. Like the Titans alone, like there was some overly detailed still shots that just panned with music playing that were just horrifying. Some of the characters literally getting killed and literally begging for their life, like they're the ultimate soldiers, they are the scouts, they are the best of the best, they gotta die. But even, you know, when they're about to die, one of the girls is begging for her father, the other guy is just saying like, you know, I've smashed my head, I'm gonna die, it would be great if I could have a drink. And then it kind of looks hopeful for him because literally the other scout saves his life and he finds the bottle, but that bottle was used on Reiner and his wound, and he's just thinking, this is the absolute worst fate. I was going to die, I could have at least had a drink to clear my mind as he gets eaten. There is this constant level of despair. There is hope here and there, as we did have hope with Sasha and her living, but at the core this is despair, and I think the balance in this arc in particular is absolutely great. Visually, it looks stunning. Like, the three-dimensional maneuver gear, when they were using it, the way the camera follows, it really makes you feel like you are literally Spider-Man swinging around with a camera, following these characters, and it absolutely looks beautiful and feels fast. Like, it makes you feel like these people are swinging around at like Mach speeds, and it's incredible. But what's awesome, the star of the show, Reiner, my man Reiner, he literally saves Connie, gets his arm bitten by a Titan, and using his brute strength, because it's not a giant Titan, but still, you gotta have some strength doing that, carries him up ready to sacrifice himself. If not for Connie slicing his mouth open, he would have been killed. And even Reiner saying like, I gotta marry this girl, when Krista was, you know, literally healing up his arm there. Absolutely awesome. There was a bit of comedy, but it was a dark episode overall. And I'm not gonna talk about a lot of the stuff that you may see on other channels, like, you know, what did it mean, you know, with some of the conversations between some of the characters, because I'd absolutely be spoiling things. I know exactly what happens. But the biggest reveal would have to be Ymir actually being a Titan. And you can see her Titan design if you look at the preview for next week's episode, which I would recommend you do, but I absolutely loved her resolve, because when I initially read this in the manga, you had a feeling at this point she was probably a Titan. You had a very good idea just with the conversations, everything, and she's always felt off as a character, but we've never seen a Titan with her character design, so you couldn't, because unlike with, say, you know, Annie, there was the female Titan who had the looks, there was Eren who had the look, but we've never seen Ymir's Titan form. So at that moment when she's asking for the knife, it's kind of like a moment of she's literally just gonna, like, you know, suicide herself, which, like, what would that do? That's only gonna stop them for, you know, a second while the others climb up. So when she jumps and she ultimately transforms, uses the knife to literally, you know, transform into her Titan, that's always been a really cool moment, but to see that animated with the flash of light, it was just way more emotional, at least in my opinion. I think the adaptation so far for the season, which is not surprising, is absolutely phenomenal. They could have changed completely everything with this. As long as it's interesting, I'm happy. But seeing what I read in the manga brought to life in this way, I think it's not like insanely better, but it is a bit better. It has that animation, it has that voicing, it has just the drama and the tension to make scenes in the manga that I thought were creepy, absolutely horrifying and terrifying. Like, this season has been awesome. I love seeing the reactions of people, like new anime fans, being like, well, I can't believe this happened. Like, is this person a Titan? Like, what's going on? Like, why was Ymir with Krista? Like, what's the deal with Krista? There's so much going on, and I absolutely love the suspense, the mystery, the reveals to then get more questions. That's what Attack on Titan is at the core, and I'm so happy so many people are enjoying it. Absolutely loved this episode. It was spectacular. It gets better. You're getting backstory. You're getting some of the characters who were swept away by some anime originals saying like they were just throwaway characters, they didn't have a personality. This season is really giving a lot of those characters a bit more soul and substance to make them say, well, maybe I was a bit wrong here. And that just continues on throughout the series for the characters who live. I can't wait to see what happens next week. I know exactly what happens, but they could rearrange a couple of things with the next few chapters to make it a bit better based on the preview. If I'm remembering correctly, I mean, if there's manga readers who are just like, actually, this is exactly, they're following chronologically, forgive me, but I think they are rearranging something slightly to make it in a better executed format for next week's episode. Just based on the preview, I could be wrong and it could be completely like chapter for chapter, but I think if I'm remembering correctly, like they're rearranging it slightly just to make it flow a bit better, which is perfectly acceptable. But I can't wait to see what happens in terms of just how they animate certain scenes, like seeing the scene where Ymir reveals who she is. They completely blew it away in in terms of the manga. I can't wait to see what they do for some of the other stuff in the coming weeks, but even the stuff for next week. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What are you theorizing? What are you thinking? And what was your favorite moment in the episode and why? Before you leave, hit that like button to show your support. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.